right, hello and welcome back again as we get ready to move into now our 6th week of play. I mean, you have gambling pick-up. There is a bet. You can, in fact, gamble. So now the onus is on you to bet, in fact. But yeah, I think this should be an interesting game to kick off our 6th week. Of course, we can go through our schedule here. What are some interesting games? I think Honolulu Luxor, again, 2 of the top 5. Honolulu came out on top, I believe, against Deadwood last week. And so it'll be interesting to see if they can do that again against Luxor, or if we'll see the other side. Meanwhile, then we have Boston, who have been competitive against all the top teams, playing another one in Deadwood. So we'll see how that one goes. Moving on to our standings, 2 undefeated teams, and then a whole lot of chaos below them, with pretty much a couple at each record, all the way down to a 4-way tie for last down there. Then, of course, with our stats, it is the new player to the Bandits, Jared, as well as Cozy as your key players. I don't know who is and isn't here. I did see a PFA get put in. So I assume that might be for New Mexico, but actually I would be inclined to say neither, so I don't know. Either way, we do have one team in. Now looking again at our stats, the last detail, the averages are in favor of Birmingham. So there you go there. And it'll be interesting to see how this one goes. I think based on stats, based off everything, and especially with Jared coming in with the trade, I am definitely going to favor the Bandits in this one, but I will not be surprised if it goes the other way. Fallen came into the season expected to be really good. Of course, some roster changes and just in general haven't been all that coordinated, haven't shown the highs we expected, but they still got time, and they did get their first win just last week. Now, we are just waiting on one team to get in, and I do see 3 in the call. So we'll see about that. It looks like for now, no Were Tiger for New Mexico. And I think everyone there for Birmingham. And now, as we go, it does appear we have everyone in, and so we should be good to jump in here. A best of 5, as always, starting out here on Manfield Night. As I said, I'm going to prefer, and I'm going to lean with the Bandits. Now, I'm going to be confident. I'm going to predict a 3-0. That is probably not indicative of how close I think these teams are, but if Bandits play on form, I think they should be a really good team, and probably the better of this one. This one, though, dropping down. It's Sierra looking to put it on net as Cozy will block it away to the corner. Of course, it will be interesting to see how Jared mixes in with this Birmingham roster. Haven't had Cheeto the last few weeks, and wasn't really what they needed when we have seen him. So maybe a player like Jared can make the difference. I mean, we did see just last season, Jared gets traded to a struggling Demons roster, and they become one of the favorites. So, seen him do it before. Will it happen again? That pass just a little bit past him, though. Going down into the corner. Cozy thinking about cutting, but doesn't have the boost. As Jared will get it away right into Zilch, but that one's just over to the other corner. Now Sierra ends up with it. He'll go up in the air. He'll just got it down to the corner, but a fortunate spawn will give Zilch a 50. And that'll force it back to midfield. Cozy now down from the ceiling. One last touch. Great to beat Arium. Still 50'd by Sierra, but it's only back to the midfield. Jared going to keep it there as well, though. Arium back into the corner. 2 Regals trying to take control, but he's beat out by Sierra. Bandits, 90% of the pressure we've seen so far. Couple moments down in this blue half, but nothing really towards the net, and it tends to be quickly sent back. This one's pushed across again. Sierra trying to poke it forward. Zilch has time, does get it away, and that'll force Jared to retreat. Jared, though, just a strong touch back in, does give his life for it, but that'll force him all the way back to the back wall. So, though, an awkward play by Arium gives it right back up. Jared going to win a 50, still holding at the midfield. Arium there first. That's down. That is in. Now 1-0. First goal goes to the Bandits. Kind of as expected here. Well, kind of as I expected. But also with the run of play. Like I said, we've seen them have the majority of the pressure. So it makes sense. We see them convert to a goal, although it will just be responded. Right back off the kickoff, Cozy gets a goal. Just an even 50, and then Cozy cleans up, sniped in the bottom right. To answer Fade in the chat, this is the Pixel League, which is GC1 and below. Most of the best players do tend to be in that C3 GC1 range. Couple have reached GC2, but not consistently enough to be moved up. So Champ to GC's the general range. Most of the best in the lobby will probably be like C3 to GC1. That sort of place. This one's rolled down into the corner. Zero will try to half flip. Two Bagels now knocks it up towards the ceiling again. Pass back out. Zilch not able to get much on that, but neither did Arium, neither will Sierra. Arium now look for the back pass. This will bounce straight up. It's two Bagels already up for it. He'll go to the backboard, but he'll get bumped off it. But Cozy is there. There's your cleanup. And then it's 2-1. Second goal in a row for Cozy. Second in a row for New Mexico. And they now take a lead. They've scored the last 2 goals in a row. I'm just repeating myself, but good turnaround for New Mexico. Couldn't get a lot of pressure early. Of course, did concede that first goal, but ever since, they've taken advantage of a couple chances and now put themselves in front. So the pressure's right back on the Bandits here, and we'll see if they're able to respond. Two Bales, though, able to play through quite a few of them, trying to cut it central. It's not quite in. Now a block made by Jared. Zero trying to get up for it again. Does run out of boost, but Zilch only able to get one touch himself. Now Jared rolls it down. Arium another long clear. Jared trying to flip behind it. Gets a dunk. It's off the post. And Zilch sends it away again. Under 2 minutes to go here. Still just that 1 goal lead remaining for the Fallen. Jared looking for the dribble as it's dunked back away. Demo, 2 demos even opens up a bit of space as the Fallen look to extend. Jared able to get a free touch, but it's still awkward for the Bandits as Zilch will force it right back in. Zero, that one pops away from me, runs out of boost, and Cozy gets it for free. Now Cozy will pass back out. 2 Bagels there, and 2 Bagels scores. Now a 2-goal lead, and 3 straight goals for the Fallen. They have absolutely flipped the script here, made sure my prediction is wrong as quickly as possible. Again, I will say, I was being bold. If I was going to look at these teams and say who wins, make a prediction, I would probably say 3-1 Birmingham. Now, like I said, that's not saying New Mexico can't win, and that's not saying it couldn't go to 5 or be closer. But, you know, like I've said in the past, you never just want to predict a 3-1, so I tried to be bold and predict a 3-0. And that is not working out because New Mexico have really established themselves in this game. I feel like most of the chances have been quick, not met by pressure, or not surrounded by pressure, but if you don't need it, you don't need it. And of course, it can lead to something less sustainable, but honestly, especially after that first Bandits goal, it has been a lot more of a 50-50 game. And even if the goals aren't surrounded by pressure, they do have a little bit of pressure independent of them, which has forced Birmingham to reset and has not let them set up on this gray half. So I think generally all around a very good game for the Fallen. Of course, 30 seconds ago, a chance for a turnaround, but I think in general, Birmingham just going to be looking to the next one, seeing if they can hold that pressure for more of the game, maybe convert it into more goals, of course. So as much as giving up 3 is not ideal, scoring 1 isn't either. That one's blocked away by Jared again. Final 10 seconds here. It'll get played off the side walls here, trying to play it in. Dunked up off the back wall by Jared. Bump comes through, but the clock will strike 0. And the New Mexico Fallen are going to strike first in the series. Like we said, it faced quite a bit of pressure against them in the early goings, but out of that, they only concede the 1 goal. And then they turn it around, turn it into a much more 50-50 game. And then as you can see there, even end up out shooting 6-4 in the end. So definitely well played by New Mexico. Like I said, that makes my prediction wrong already. And it'll be interesting to see if Birmingham can change it up. Looks like we're going to be running back the same roster. So Nessie's still sitting out. And I think for the Bandits, your hope is definitely going to be you need to make that pressure last. Because in the first 2 minutes of that game or so, we really saw Birmingham pushing forward. We saw them having the pressure. And then, as we said, that turned into that first goal. But from that point on, New Mexico really established themselves. Of course, the kickoff goal, and then everything after that, a much more 50-50 game. Pressure on both sides. The goals coming through for the Fallen. And the Bandits really just couldn't find a footing after that. So whether they need more one-off goals that don't need a whole lot of pressure to set them up, or whether they can get more of that pressure for themselves, either way, Bandits just kind of need to get more effective on offense. And of course, can clean up a bit of the defense as well, as Zilch will try to center. Yeah, there is a prize. Now, I can't confidently say what it is, but between the two leagues, which is Pixel and Prism, as we said, this is Pixel, which is GC1 and below. Prism is everything above that. Then there is a cash prize for the winner. Other than that, this is pretty much a pretty established community. So just kind of everyone wants to win, wants to beat other people, that kind of thing. But there is definitely a cash prize for the winner. So that incentive is there. The results will try to catch this one. Looked over to the right side, trying to pass it across. No one on that. Now Cozy up off the right wall. Not able to get another one in. And now gets a dunk over to the right side. Zilch will send it in, but Jared gets a save over to the side. Miriam, another one sent out, looking for this one. Pops it straight up in the air. Two go for New Mexico, but they do get it out to the side. As this one sent it out again. Zero in the air, but Cozy able to get it out, as well as a pinch with his teammate. And that will get a clear. Solid push here for Birmingham, but it will eventually get cleared away. Arium tries to pick this one up. Sierra down the sideline, trying to cut it down, trying to pass it in front. Jared racing in, but a bit too late. He doesn't have the angle, and it just bounces away. Jared forced the backflip on this one. Looking to follow it up as well, but Cozy will get the dunk up off the sidewall. Sierra now fakes it down, but there's no one there. That's another one just cleared away by Cozy as this one sent out. Jared a good touch away. Sierra another one out. This one will just go full field. And right as we cross the halfway mark, it's going to be 1-0 Birmingham. Strike first for the second game in a row. Of course, question will be, can they hold it? But at least for the moment, a much better start. We crossed the halfway point. By this point, it was at least 1-1 in the last one. I don't remember the exact timing on all the goals. Still, this one's played forward. Zilch trying to bring it up the sidewall, following it downfield. Now Zilch on the outside again. Still sticking with this one. It's played off the left side. Jared going to spin around, but blocked away by two bagels. Now a bump comes through. Cozy trying to catch up. Arium will get it away. Zilch is up early. Drop down play taken by Sierra. Now off the back wall. Caught by Cozy. Bouncing down. Jared there. 50'd right through him. Arium off the right wall. Two bagels bouncing down. Sierra in the air. Bouncing shot. Just a little wide. Jared the same. Arium 50'd away. Cozy keeps it out. And the Bandits unable to cross the line. Of course, they are still nursing a 1-0 lead, but they would have loved to extend it. Instead, it remains only a 1-goal difference. Zilch now trying to play this one in, but a good reaction by Arium. Zero on it next. Centers it out, looking for the drop-down play, but Cozy another send away. Drop down again. Zilch over to the left wall. It'll bounce out off the corner. Sierra looked for the shot in, but cleared by Cozy. Zilch now a strong shot. Forces Arium to dive in for the save. Two bagels trying to bring it down. Will look for a high pinch, but it's a bit too high. And no one's able to dive for it. Same thing on that one by Zilch. Cozy will try to play it forward, but just another center attempt as it'll drop down again. Zero's awkward, but Zilch can't make the shot. 45 seconds, and finally, Two Bagels will force it through with the 50 from the corner. New Mexico, so much push in the last 30 seconds, and they finally get a goal out of it. And so we are right back to even, tied up at 1. Well, even though this game is completely tied, the pressure still feels like it should be on the Bandits. You drop one more goal, you might be facing a 2-0 scoreline. And that a high hill to climb as this one will bounce out. Ariam trying to get it away. Cozy now 50 to cross. Two Bagels trying to send it in. Jared off the back wall, dropping down. Zero just gets beat. Zilch now on it, off the right side. Cozy already up, drops it down. Zilch plays it over to the side. Zero now still with this one, tries to play it away, looking for a 50 down. Two Bagels will force it right back in. Two Bagels already up, getting the 50 down. Jared saves it away. And as the clock strikes 0, we are going to overtime in game number 2. One more goal for Birmingham, and we have a tied series, and we don't gotta worry about the other condition because the Bandits win it off the kickoff. Two Bagels dunked by Jared, and this is an own 50 as Two Bagels dunks his own teammate to send it through. Now, of course, I do think the Bandits were crashing and would have scored anyway, but still a tough outcome there for New Mexico. As they fight back to get the OT, but they're outshot 9-4. And they just fall short immediately into the OT. And so as we move forward towards game 3, it will be interesting to see how we go from here. I think this was a show of a Bandits team that was much more able to get some pressure in this one. Obviously getting three goals, tripling their total. Actually, never mind. I lied. They got 2. So as they win that one 2-1, that shows they only improved their total by a little bit, but they don't concede nearly as many. And out of that, the result is they get more pressure, they get more goals, and therefore they win the game, because that's kind of how points work. So we'll see which side do we see. Can New Mexico force their way in and disrupt this Birmingham rotation, as this demo might do, but Jared's still able to make a save? Or can Birmingham establish themselves having more consistent pressure of their own and kind of walk their way to a win? Definitely that will be the two versions of these two games we've seen. The team who's able to get more pressure is able to make the other team more awkward and obviously able to get more goals for themselves while not allowing their opponent to score as many. The losing side has scored 1 goal in each of these last games, with, of course, winning side getting a few more, albeit 3 for New Mexico and 2 for Birmingham in their respective games, although Sierra able to get a good touchdown field here. Looking for the center, it'll bounce back out. Cozy, though, bumped off it. Jared trying to center, it'll bounce around the corner, looking for the double. He doesn't have boost, he'll get beat. Sierra's there to follow, but Zilch makes another save. Jared now on it next, pops it up, tries to be patient. Now he'll catch, he'll follow, he'll 50. Zero's there. It ghost touches off Jared, but either way, the Bandits will score first. It'll now be 1-0. That's a crazy steal by Jared. Definitely not intentional, but hey, goal's a goal. And the Bandits, for the 3rd game in a row, are going to get the first one here. As Jared now another clear downfield. Two Bagels trying to get it away. Ariam off the right wall. Cozy now still behind this one. Zero going to play it across, but a little bit too far. Jared only able to 50. Ariam now the same. Zero no boost, trying to play it forward. Gets a flick up in the air. And it's actually free for Ariam. He'll take a shot that's parried to the side. No, 2 players fake it. Zero and Zilch both 50. Zilch keeps control. Popped in the air. Cozy is there. Shot just high off the bar. Two bagels just wide. Cleared away by Jared, and Sierra snipes the net. The Bandits' first multi-goal lead as they open up a 2-0 advantage. This one purely a punish as New Mexico push up to try to score, but they can't get it on target, and it's a quick counter from the Bandits. Still over 3 minutes left to play here on Urban Central. But nevertheless, Bandits a convincing advantage here. This one's played over 2-0 again. No boost, but will pressure it towards the back wall. Jared now on target, but easily saved out by Cozy. Ariam a follow-up shot, though. This one not as easy. And it's now 3-0. A goal apiece for each of the Bandits. And it's a 3-0 lead as we approach the halfway mark here. And it's not looking good for New Mexico as they face the largest lead we've seen in the series. For either side, of course. Zero, another strong touch. Zilch catches it over to the side. Jared thinking about crashing, but not fast enough as Cozy will get it around. Oh, missed by Ariam. Close on the 50 for Cozy, but Ariam just able to get enough on it. Ariam now going to send this one over towards Jared. Not on that one. Zero off the left wall. Trying to get back to it. Gets it down to the corner. Two Bagels has boost, but he doesn't have the ball. Forgot something as he'll try to jump, but again can't make contact. This time Cozy able to follow, but it's Zero to take it by him. He'll use all of his boost to follow. Gets a demo in the process. Up in the air was Jared, but will get beat. And another 50 with two Bagels. Goes over to Cozy. He'll bang it forward. He'll look for a dunk, but it goes over him. Trade of demos on the goal line, though, as Cozy gets a shot. He rolls it wide. It'll bounce out. Two Bagels there, but only a 50 as Jared keeps it away again. Bandits playing clean on the back end here. They've done well to keep the net clear as it remains a shutout here, 3-0. Of course, as we mentioned, the losing side has scored one in each of the last two games. And to be fair, it did come late for the Fallen in the last one, but this one is getting out of hand. Ariam adds one more to the total. Now 4-0 here for the Bandits. And this one just running away from them. Fallen, of course, need to find something soon if they want a chance in this game, as this one will roll down. And how about another? Two for Sierra now, as it's 5-0 Bandits. The first two games were close, but now all of a sudden, Bandits just not looking back. We've seen them get pushed back into their half, but they have not cared. They have a counterattack goal. They have a couple on quick attacks. And just in general, they have shut down New Mexico. Now, of course, we have seen a couple accuracy issues, and in the end, we are going to see the shutout break down still. This one pops up in the air. Two Bagels drops it down. Cozy 50s it through. And actually, it's Jared with the last touch to force it in. Of course, 1 minute to go. 4-goal lead. That one shouldn't become an issue. But if this game gets close, that, of course, is the momentum starter as Cozy gets not quite enough of that one, and he'll fling wide to the corner. Two Bagels now, another drop down. It's up off the back wall. Zilch is there. Two go. Bouncing through, but pinched out at Sierra off the post. Cozy now another one in. Ariam off the right wall looking for another. Popped up again. Sierra trying to keep it forward. Now 50 through, but Cozy another one blocked out. Cozy, touch forward, bouncing in. Jared dunked by Cozy, but Sierra another clear. Jared now looking to get it downfield. Ariam not quite ready for it, but it'll be Sierra to crash. He'll fake away from one, and Ariam will get the touch in. Drop down now by Sierra. It's a free touch for Jared. He'll go to the corner, but won't get a double as it's cleared by Cozy. Ariam steals it right back, but it's two Bagels, two breakthrough past the halfway line. Problem is, the time is gone. The chance is gone. Another one clears forward, but the clock shows 0. And with a 4-goal lead, the Bandits are going to take match point. They've convincingly made their way to 2 straight wins. First one, of course, took OT. But this time, they outshoot 10-7. So only a 3-shot advantage, but it converts to a 4-goal advantage as they play cleaner defense and they play cleaner offense to win their second game in a row, by far the most convincing. First one opens up to a 2-goal lead. Second one goes to OT. This one was a 5-goal lead at one point in the middle. And so as everyone readies up, we are going to see the same rosters yet again. Like I pointed out at the beginning of the series, it is the Fallen only with their 3. Meanwhile, it would be Nessie lying in wait for Birmingham if he feels he's needed. But so far, he's been confident in his team, and it's worked out to a match point as we load in Utopia Coliseum for game number 4. Bandits 1 game away from closing out a win and moving back to 500. Meanwhile, New Mexico, if they want to run with last week's momentum, need to find the form again, need to find 2 straight wins to avoid falling down to 1-5. 0 now off the left wall here. Zilch plays it up towards the ceiling. Ariam trying to get it back down. It's off the back wall, caught to the corner. But Cozy will get removed. Ariam now, that converts to a back pass. 0 trying to pop it up in the air, but it's just left at the midfield. And 2 Bagels is there to get it away. Jared now trying to control. He'll get back. He'll try to catch, but this one is an awkward bounce. 2 Bagels able to take it away again. Zilch the only one up. He'll go back to 2 Bagels. He'll drop it down. Awkward for Sierra now. Zilch will fake, but no one else able to go. Cozy just not confident enough to send it. Maybe the right choice, but it does stall out their attack as he'll go again. This one blocked to the side by Jared. 2 Bagels pass, not near anyone, and Sierra will air dribble out. Now he'll get a reset, but it'll drop not quite in. Carrying him over to the corner again, looking for the pass down. This one towards the center, 50'd up high in the air. 2 Bagels will be there next. Ariam now, another drop down. Zilch off the corner. Dropping down Jared off the post. Zilch will collect. He'll try to slow it down, but now he gives it up, and Sierra gets a free goal for the 4th game of 4. Birmingham get first blood. It's been a minute and a half, and yet they will score first. A familiar sight for them. But of course, in one of the preceding 3 games, they did lose the advantage and lose the game. And it seems we might be following closer to that script as Cozy again off kickoff. This time a little less direct, but nevertheless, he just catches, shoots, and scores. Down into the bottom left corner, and that makes it 1-1. We are all tied up again. So definitely not following the game 3 script. But games 1 and 2 are both still open. But we're gonna make a new one, in fact. This time in regulation, it'll be Birmingham to get another goal through. So this time they will not wait until OT. Bandits off the kickoff, find a response and regain their lead. The result of that, though, of course, is now there's plenty of time for New Mexico, and they don't need much of it. Zilch gets another goal across the line. Now tied up 2-2. 2 Bagels forces it down. Zilch taps it by Jared. And we are all tied up again. New Mexico unfazed by that Bandit goal. Get one right back of their own. Zero trying to control. Does have Jared to his left. 2 Bagels will miss. Jared will catch. He'll cut. He'll flick. It's a little bit wide, though. He'll be forced to abandon. Ariam now off the back wall. Jared there off the same. But 2 Bagels there for a clear. Zero now doesn't have boost. Cozy there. Can't get a touch on it. Zero up off the corner. Gets to play out. Jared trying to get it away. The catch forward, and Cozy pops it away. Now Cozy for the reset, trying to get it forward. Ariam knocks it down. 2 Bagels there. It's off the bar. Bouncing out. Zilch high in the air. No one there for it. And Jared, another touch out. Played over to the corner. Two Bagels trying to get to this one. Drop down. Cozy scores. 3-2. New Mexico take the lead. Zilch also diving in, but it's Cozy to get the play. I will add, it got a little bit close there, but it does find its way across the line. And so as a result, it is now 3-2. Fallen take a lead. Just over 2 minutes to go. Bandits now need to score, 2 more in total, but at least one more before regulation ends, if they want to close it out in 4 games here. Fallen, meanwhile, just kind of have to hold on and make their way through the rest of the game. Add on if they can. They don't got to force it too hard. As two Bagels will try for a shot, but it falls wide into the corner. Arium, though, beat to the booth. Zero only manages a dunk. Cozy towards net. Arium saves. Play it the other way now. Zero will cut. Falling down. Zilch catches it to the side. Zero looking for the play. It's a flick. It's blocked by Cozy. Arium moving in. Blocked by Zilch. Jared now up off the sidewall. Looking for the touch across. Looking for another one down. But it's cleared away again. Now two Bagels into the corner. It'll bounce up. Arium trying to knock it down. Zilch will keep it at the corner. 75, ticking down to 70 seconds to go here. Birmingham still trailing by 1. And that one's 50 to right back into their half again. This one dropped down. Zilch around the corner looking for a play around. Jared tries to get it away. It just about gets over Cozy, but he still keeps it in. Missed down by Zilch, but two Bagels is there. The last line keeps it forward, and New Mexico refusing to budge. They're trapping Birmingham back here, not giving them anything towards the net. And so far that's worked to maintain their lead. But of course, 35 seconds left to go. Birmingham still a fighting chance. This one dropped down wide, played it further so by Zilch. Zero trying to keep it in. This one up to the ceiling, it'll roll down. Two Bagels to get it away. Arium trying to dive in, but it's a big 50 by Cozy. Final 15 seconds here. Birmingham need to go full field. Two Bagels down off the back wall, dropping down again. Cozy can't have it. Arium trying to 50 it away now, but Zilch goes right by him. The clock will expire. Birmingham will not close it out, and the Fallen push us all the way back to Champions Field. Game 3 was rough, but they do not let it get to them. As they outshoot them, but only by 1. 7-6 here. Of course, leads to a 1-goal win as well. And we pointed it out, towards the end of that game, the Fallen just became oppressive on the offensive half. Not allowing Birmingham any chances forward, any shots towards net, even any breathing room. And that really allowed them to secure it. Now again, it does look like Nessie will remain out, so trusting in his team that won him 2 games. But the question is, can they win the third, or will New Mexico steal it away? As we load in now, game number 5. Both of these teams have a 2 on the series. But which side can get the win? Will Birmingham get a second win in a row to move back to 500? Or will the Fallen get a second in a row to continue their climb out from the bottom? By the way, the first goal could definitely matter. We've seen Birmingham score the first 4 in each of these games, but even then, of course, only a 50% win rate. Past that, what happens if the Fallen get the first goal here? Do they just walk away with the game at that point? Is that just too much control? As I'm not sure we've really seen a New Mexico lead get equalized by the Fallen, so... Or what? I'm not sure the Bandits have been able to come back when trailing, even if they lose the game after that, so... I think the first goal would be huge for New Mexico, which equally makes it important for Birmingham. Now, of course, for Birmingham, you need to be aware that what happens after that first goal is very important, because they haven't won every game in which they've scored first. But in summary, the TLDR of my little rant and confusion there, both teams would like to score first. For New Mexico, you get a lead, which Birmingham haven't been able to overcome yet. And for Birmingham, you basically aren't trailing, but you still got to play afterwards. This one, though, clear downfield. The bump just barely doesn't connect as Jared gets a save. So all the pressure's right back on. Ariam the catch. Sierra a touch by one. Right to a second. And it's just barely off the crossbar. 2 bagels, an inch high. Sierra now another one trying to get it away. Gets the dunk across as well. Jared jumping up. The change up down. Sierra confirms it. And it is 1-0 Birmingham for the 5th game in a row. Will score first. Jared just takes the little pass down, and Sierra cuts in to score it. This one's centered in again. Ariam trying to play it forward. Cozy, though, another block away. This one's off the back wall, but the double is at 50 to out. On the outside again. Zilch trying to get it down to the corner. 2 bagels trying to drop it down. Around the outside it goes. Jared cut off by Cozy. Around the outside now. Can't get another touchdown, but Zilch will get there, and he will score, so we are tied up again. Both games this has happened, New Mexico have won afterwards. Of course, game one, we saw New Mexico score 2 more in a row and then just end the game there. Game number 4, we saw Birmingham score next, exactly like this. As Ariam wins the 50 off the kickoff, or rather it was a neutral one that Ariam just kind of banks forward. Most reminiscent of Cozy's goal in the first game. But either way, that puts us either on game 4's script or a new one. Of course, in game 4, it was New Mexico that scored 2 in a row from this point. First equalizing, then taking a lead that won them the game. So can Birmingham maintain their control? Can they add on if they need to? Or will New Mexico do it again? Jared now trying to drop this one down. It's off the sidewall, it'll drop down. Ariam now downfield. Zero can't get a piece of it. Cozy trying to spin around. This one popped back. It's Cozy looking for another clear. He'll have space. He'll have boost. He'll pop up. But he's 50'd out by Jared. Zilch now trying to center. Awkward touch by Ariam, but helped out by a teammate as Sierra will take control. He'll now go down the sideline. He gets the mid boost. He'll look for a pass. It might just be in, but it's saved by Cozy. 2 bagels now trying to get it away again. This one straight down off ceiling. Now rolling out. Awkward for Sierra. 50 back in by Zilch. 105 seconds to go. Can New Mexico find the goal they need? Another block by Jared, but 2 bagels keeps the pressure on. New Mexico setting up camp in the blue half, but can they find the way across as Cozy is blocked again by Jared? Sierra now working the other way. Pass down to Ariam. There's a demo, but the save is still there. 2 bagels gets it away. Cozy now gets removed, but again, 2 bagels still forces it in, but Zilch not confident to jump. And that one given away to Ariam. So another chance goes to nothing as this one just blocked high by 2 bagels. Sierra, though, the follow, the same result. Jared now from the corner. He'll try to get it around. Cozy trying to drop it down. It'll be 2 bagels getting it away again. Final minute here. Jared back forward, looking for the double, but it's just off the crossbar. 2 bagels, another save on the follow. Now 50 down to the corner. Sierra doesn't double. Might have been an own goal if he did, but it would have been cool, so it's all right. 2 bagels, though, still popping this one up. Takes a shot off the back wall. Dropping back down, but it's followed wide. It remains a 2-1 lead. Now this one passed down, but no one there either. Cozy trying to leave it. 2 bagels will pick it up. He'll pinch it around. Ariam keeps it in the corner. Cozy now up in the air. This is off the back wall. Zilch is there. It rings high. Final 10 seconds here. Centered again. Still so awkward. Cozy will score. It took so long, but 2 bagels centers, and finally Cozy gets through. Off the post and in. New Mexico tie it up with only 8 seconds left to go. Force forward again. Sierra the dunk. Time ticking down. Will Birmingham have the last look? Or it's looking more and more likely. Will we have OT? Hold on. New Mexico might just win it. Two-bagel shot. That one drops. And so we are going to have an overtime here. The predictions in the chat were 1-1 and 3-1. We have neither. Both predictions also had Cozy winning. Will that factor remain, or will we see something different? It's Cozy here, but Ariam able to dunk it away. Off right while dropping down, Zero dunked on target. Two-bagel saved, but it's still dangerous. Ariam diving, Zilch gets it away. Jared now will control, but 50'd out. Zero trying to keep it in. Played up off the side wall. Zero will center. Jared in the air. 50'd down and away. Two bagels now. Another one out. 50'd up to the ceiling. Dropping back down. Zilch pushed over to the side. This one will center. Ariam shoots. It's blocked away. We remain going as we approach the 1 minute mark. Another touch made away by Zilch. Sierra will try another shot. It's been 90% Birmingham pressure here, but New Mexico look to start an attack. Jared giving a save for that clear. Zilch tries to catch, but he's 50'd over to the midfield. Sierra now a pass down in front, but it's only to Cozy, and he'll win it forward. Off the side, Ariam, that could be a center, but Jared beats two bagels to it. Now two in the air for New Mexico. Cozy the touchdown, two in the air for Birmingham. They'll get it away to midfield again. Back and forth. Good New Mexico pressure there, but they don't convert on it, and we end up right back in the gray half. Jared now looking for a shot. This one will bounce down. Ariam there, blocked to the side. Now it's Sierra on it. Catcher on the outside, look for the 50 down. Ariam on it again, but it's only over to the side wall. Now bouncing up. Jared control. The ceiling shot, the pass, but saved again. Two dive on the 50, and it gets cleared away. Now this one off the side again. Jared trying to drop it down, looking for another touch, but it's cleared out to the side. Ariam now trying to drop it down. Zero trying to keep it up. We approach half of a full game here. Still going. Ariam up in the air. Zero up for it. 50 off the bar. Diving. Ariam saved away. Jared left alone. He'll backflip and he'll dive again. Cozy gets bumped. Low boost for Zilch. He'll still get the touch. Zero now a demo but can't get the ball. Zilch following it. Centered out by Ariam, but it's already two bagels up for it. Doubling down. Pinched around. Zero trying to get it away. It's a long clear by Ariam. Blocked by Zilch again. Now Jared down the sideline, pinched off the corner, dropping down. Zilch will get it away. Zilch now staying with it, will center, 50'd out. Cozy there. The chat was right, and the Fallen take the series. 3-2 in game and in series. They take it in 5 games. It was not easy. It was maybe not clean, but a win is a win, and the Fallen have to be happy with this one as they meet the Bandits down in the middle at 2-4, and they continue their climb up and out of the bottom of the table. Now we'll see if we are going to have an interview. Of course, you imagine so. Either way, good resilience and a good series played by the Fallen there, as they are able to close that one out. And we are going to have an interview, and so we will be back in just one moment. And we are back with the Fallen. Not exactly a one-sided series, but you guys close it out in 5. How's it feel to get another win?
Feels great. Amazing.
Amazing.
We're amped up.
I'm shaky.
Yeah, that series was way too close for comfort, but real glad we pulled it out.
Yes.
Absolutely. And Cozy, I will say there were 2 predictions at the beginning of Game 5 They were 1-1 OT and 3-3 OT. So you met in the middle at 2-2. But both chatters also predicted you to get the last goal, and that did happen.
Hey,
So how does that feel?
Felt great. When we got the first pass off, I'm like, dude, just pass it to me again whenever you can. I called Zoch middle. Beautiful pass middle. Hit it top right of the goal, and easy goal, win.
Absolutely. And what was the resilience? Of course, game 3 happens. You guys down 5-0. Do get the one back in the end, but still one-sided. How do you relock in for game 4?
I think the biggest thing that they ended up doing is they ended up finding the weakness and they just locked in on it. Ended up turning those tables around, getting that big deep breath in, and just digging in, and they just didn't stop.
I'd like to add on, like, between like matches where there's that 30 seconds where like conversating about what's doing good, what's going bad, and stuff like that too.
Absolutely. Now, this does mark 2 wins in a row for you guys, picking yourselves back up. But you do face a tough opponent in Honolulu next week. So how do we feel about that one?
I'm excited. Personally, I'm ready to play against Aiden and his team, so I'm excited.
Absolutely. Well, that is about all I have for you guys. So congratulations on the win and good luck next week.
Thanks,
Thanks, Doggo.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for casting, Doggo. Love you.
All right, and that will just about do it for the night. A close series. I predicted pretty much the opposite of this, but hey, Fallen looked good. They proved me wrong, and they close it out. Your final score here won last time. New Mexico Fallen 3, Birmingham Bandits 2. So the Fallen pick up a second win. Maybe a team to watch out for. But that does do it for tonight. Of course, we will have more games throughout the week. I believe we have 2 currently scheduled for tomorrow. So we'll see you then. But for now, that does it for tonight. So again, we'll see you tomorrow night for more Week 6 action.